Welcome to this video on a comprehensive guide to IP. Well, what is IP? IP is short for Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol is a data transfer system that runs on any network to enable communication between devices. What does IP do, and when was it created? The Internet Protocol was a paper originally published back in 1974 by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE. This paper was called a Protocol for Packet Network Intercommunication. Between the paper being published and its use in ARPANET in 1983, the protocol went through 6 major changes in how the standard would work. Internet Protocol version 1 to 3 were experimental versions of the Internet Protocol and were designed between 1973 and 1978. The version of Internet Protocol we know today as IPv4 came about during June of 1978. This version of IPv4 would not be the last version of IPv4, as the June 1978 variant had a different header that would not be in the final design. The final and standardized version of IPv4 would be created in September of 1978. The standards we use now. The versions of Internet Protocol we use nowadays are IPv4 and IPv6. Internet Protocol version 6 is the successor to IPv4 and it allows for more addresses to be issued. It can issue a total of 340 trillion total addresses, whereas IPv4 can only issue 4.2 billion addresses. IP classes. There are 3 usable IP class ranges that are designed for private networks: Class A, Class B, and Class C. These classes are reserved for private use and will never be seen on the public internet. Class A's private IPs range from 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. This is for very large networks that need tens of thousands of devices connected. Whenever you connect a device to a network, you will most likely be given an IP from a Class B or Class C range. Class B addresses range from 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. This is designed for networks that need more than 254 devices connected at any one time. An example of this would be an airport or a shopping center. Class C private addresses range from 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. These IP address ranges are usually assigned to small networks, and it is likely that you have this on your router or access point at home. Every IP address range has a broadcast address at the end of the range. This is to allow your router to determine how many devices are connected on the network. This broadcast address is not pingable in any way. IP assignment. IP addresses can be assigned in one of 2 ways: DHCP, or Dynamic Host Control Protocol, or static assignment. DHCP, or Dynamic Host Control Protocol, is a network protocol that is used to automate the assignment and configuration of IPs. This allows the connecting device to communicate and use services on a network. So whenever you connect to a network with DHCP assignment, the router or access point you are connecting to will give the device an IP address automatically. Static assignment is done differently. This is the manual assignment of an IP. This is done by the user. The user needs to know what IP address they want to assign, the subnet mask, and the gateway address. This is harder than the set and forget of DHCP, but this ensures that the IP will always remain the same whenever the device is connected to a network. This can be useful for a printer or server on a network. Data transmission. Data can be sent on a network via one of 2 ways. This can be done via TCP or UDP. TCP, or Transmission Control Protocol, organizes the data so that it can be transmitted between 2 parties. TCP guarantees the integrity of data being transmitted over a network. This is done by keeping track of data segments sent to the receiving party. If there is any data loss, the receiving party will ask for the packet again and it will be sent. UDP, or User Datagram Protocol, is a communication protocol that is used for time-sensitive transmissions, such as a video playback and voice communication. UDP speeds up the communications by not establishing a connection before data is transferred and just sends the data regardless of availability of the receiving host. You've reached the end of the video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.